The best thing about VCE is you almost know exactly how you're going to be tested. You know the structure of the exam, you know how long the exams are going to be, and you almost know the content that is exactly going to be on there. It's just a matter of the different examples and different contexts and the different fancy terms that they use to disguise, the concepts that they're trying to test. But for the most part, whatever's asked in VCE is not meant to be a huge surprise. And the good thing about VCE is you're given all these past exams and all these past resources, and they're all available at your disposal for free online. And hopefully you knew this already, but what most people aren't doing right now, that the 40+ students and the 90 ATAR students are doing right now, is there's people out there that are going through these old exams and using these exams as a way of memorizing and revising the current content. Now you might be thinking, how can I use exams right now if I haven't actually learnt all of the content yet? Well, it's very simple. What these people do is they go through the old exams and they pick out the questions that they can answer right now and they try them. And there's a twofold benefit to trying out these questions right now. The first one is that they can use this content to help them study for the content that they're revising right now. So for example, if you're in VCE methods and you're studying differentiation right now, then you might be looking for more questions to practice your differentiation skills with. Because as we know, the textbook isn't the most exciting place to find application style questions. So where else to look? So you can try and find, let me just set up my camera. You could try and find some free resources online. Now that might work for you, right? But we all know that resources are really hard to find, and it's really hard to find resources that are specific to VCE methods. We have some available, link is in the bio if you want to suss some for free, but for the most part, it's really hard to find resources. So what you should be doing is you should be going to the VCE methods website where all the exams are kept. You go through all the old exams and you try and find questions that suit what you've learned up until now. Now, a lot of people and a lot of students, I get this all the time, and I used to be exactly like this as well. They don't want to waste the past exams because they think these are finite. I mean, it's true. You're using up exams and you might ruin some questions for when you eventually, use them at the end of the year. But A, you're probably not going to remember them. And B, it doesn't matter. You might as well just learn it sooner, and then later you can just use other exams to practice with. Don't use all the exams. Try and start off in the older section. It goes all the way back to 2006. So there's definitely plenty of exams on the VCAR website. But just go through old exams now. Just go through some old exams, pick out questions that relate to everything up until differentiation and test them. Now, just to go back on track, the first benefit is that students are using these to study and revise the content that they're learning right now. And it just adds another layer of knowledge and another layer of complexity to the depth of knowledge that they know right now. And you could almost use it to practice for SACs because it's practicing those application type questions and those modeling type questions. It's not going to be an exact replica of what you might get on a SAC. Obviously, SACs are different from school to school, but it's a really good start to go through old exams right now to practice the theory and to refine the theory as well. Now, the second benefit to going through old exams right now is you're just going to get a head start on your exam revision. You could almost think of it as exam revision 3 to 4 to 5 months in advance of when you actually need to start doing it. So imagine if you're going into an exam, but you've already been doing exam questions for the whole year. It's literally going to make your whole life so much easier.